It's going in and out real bad.
Hello and welcome, everyone. I am so excited to be here with the amazing, phenomenal LaTerry Ya'Seen. She is the founder and directress, if you will, for an amazing, I, I would even say like it's a house. She has a design house so modest, is
uh,
cultivating image, love, faith, social justice, all within its threads. And she is here to tell us about her participation. So she's going to be part of the panel for the live taping of the Brenda Williams show happening on August 21st. And I've known LaTerry for a long time, and I've been able to see just this arc of her
mhm.
incarnation. But one thing that always has stayed true is that she's rooted in faith, she is rooted in her community, and she is rooted in creativity. And so she defies beauty standards. She is definitely taking, yes, she is definitely a
Like,
proponent.
all right, blushing.
Yep. Yep, a proponent of freedom and defying the whitewashing of beauty standards to unlearn deep rooted shame, right? That our
Yeah,
bodies
definitely.
are to be molded in a particular way. And it's time for us to understand that commercial sizing was scaled to fit manufactured needs and not human bodies. So we are going to, yes, we're talking about the garments that we wear on our bodies, but to understand that our bodies are fearfully and wonderfully made. So without further ado, LaTerry, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Just as you were talking about that, like one of the things that we do at the studio, because I teach students, and just like you said, like taking back fashion from mass production means that we have to get real personal with our sizing and our measurements. And sometimes that can be a very scary moment when it's like I'm walking into this space and now you're about to measure my body and you're taking very extensive like 17-point measurements of my body. And so when I think about the power of fashion, I think about just the ability of like knowing yourself and creating truly for yourself, for your identity, allowing us to move past arbitrary numbers. Oh, I need to be a size 10, and
Mhm.
really thinking about fit and silhouette and style and what that means and envisions. And so one of the conversations that I have to have with my students before we go into like something that can be very scary and traumatizing for a lot of women, that measurement piece is like just really thinking back to going through puberty and going through those like heavy identity stages of my life, being able to make my own clothes, and just what a different dynamic that allowed me to have. I wasn't limited to walk into a store and say, well, if this is what they have, so I have to figure out, make do. And so there's this very interesting story. When I was in college, on like a summer break, right, there was a gym that was near my house that was having this sort of promotion. You come in, you do a tour, and then they'll give you 2 months free, and then you can decide whether you want to extend it and like actually make a contract. And I was like, bet, because I'm only going to be here for summer. This is perfect. So I go and we do the tour, and it's wonderful. And the guy is like doing the whole sales pitch. And at the end of the sales, it's a measurement, right? And so he's taking
Oh,
my
wow.
body measurements, and I noticed that like his demeanor is changing, his attitude, his interactions with me are changing, right? And he like takes bust, waist, and I'm like, yep, that's the correct number. hmm Okay, let's keep going. And then like he goes to like hips, and there's no, I realize like, oh, this is the point where I'm supposed to break down. I'm supposed to have an emotional reaction and say, oh, I didn't know that my body was so big. I didn't know that my hips were a 54-inch. I didn't, oh, I need to give you all my
Oh,
money and make this contract
so
and this emotional decision because I'm so distraught at my body. And the
mm,
fact that like I'm like, yes, you are accurate. I know every measurement of my body because I make my own clothes, like so I'm like, yes, sir. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, perfect. That measuring tape is exactly right.
that's right.
And what a shift, right? Because the end of that was, essentially he was angry and like threw me out. But like I didn't get the membership. Um but the shift of that, just being able to say, yeah, I know exactly who and what every part of me is, and there's no shame around that. If I want to change my body, I have the tools and abilities to, but at every stage, every size, every measurement, every inch, I am aware, I am in acceptance, I am in control. It is such a shift in perspective that leads to every aspect of your life, the way you perceive the world, the way you interact, the way you show up, your energy, like everything.
LaTerry, I think that what I'm endeavoring in, what you're endeavoring in, is very similar with, the modeling of the true and wonderfully made body and the intimacy that we get to have with it as we adorn it. And this is why I was so excited about, you know, um, you know, having you show up in the way that you do shows us that beauty has a range. And I think we remember a few years back how, Viola Davis was considered not classically beautiful. And so it reared its ugly
Hmm.
head as like the truth of, well, according to who? Because I think she's
Right.
classic. She would be my classic beauty.
Right.
And so I think what you're speaking about is what we want people to come, why we want people to come to this event, why we want people to come to
Yes.
a live taping, why we want you all to have models that represent not just your brand, but the range of beauty
Hmm.
and style and what it can be. Because I also think of it as a spiritual practice too, like what we wear, how we
Yes.
adorn ourselves is
Yes.
also very much
Absolutely.
a spiritual practice. And
Yes.
um,
And you've
I
known
think that,
me for
yeah.
quite some time before I became Muslim. You knew me, and so it is very much a spiritual practice as well. And I think that it has been like, as a Black Muslim woman, right? Like these incredible labels that I carry, it has been extremely powerful to say I can still show up as me. Like, I am a Black Muslim woman. I don't necessarily have to dress in like Arabic culture or Southeast Asian culture. I dressed as a Black Muslim woman and still
Mhm,
holding on to that spirituality and that identity, and covering myself in a way that is beautiful and ornate and truly true to who I am and all
mhm.
my
Yes.
crazy that
And
flair that
there, yes, and beauty. And so again, we want to center for folks that you are LaTerry Ya'Seen, and you have an amazing design house called
So
So
Modest
Modest,
Beauty,
kind of a
So
play,
Modest
yeah,
Studio.
almost, yeah,
Hmm.
So Modest Studio. And I just want to ask you, so what inspired you to take it a step from, okay, I just make clothing for myself, to now I want to invite in others. I want to make clothing for other people. And then of course we want to talk about your upcoming show.
Yes. So when I fell in love with fashion for everything that we're talking about, right? And I'm originally from Detroit, obviously, but I moved to New York, I moved to London, I studied fashion design and fashion photography in London and all of these things. And having that career, it was like, well, this is the opposite of everything that I believe in, right? Like, commercial fashion teaches you you're not good enough until you have my products. You're not pretty enough until you have my products. You're not beautiful. You're not thin enough. You're not tall enough. That's why you need my products. And I really just was like, I hate this. This is not at all what I believe. This is not at all the message that like I came here for. And so this gave me my own lane. I can do what I love in a way that I love, and have my morality and actually teach women what I deeply believe and know to be true.
Mhm. Yeah. And I think you also give us another window into Black women traveling, Black women being in academia, taking up space in not only the fashion space, but also in the academic space, like places where we're not
Absolutely.
always welcomed, but you came in with grace and beauty and your own lived experience as part of education. And so I think that you are just definitely an embodiment of a demonstration of what's possible. So really quickly, because I could talk to you all day, sis. What are you most excited about for this upcoming show that you have on August
Yes.
16th? And then what are you
Oh
looking
my
forward to, or
goodness.
what do you want people to get out of the August 21st, taping of the Brenda Williams show?
Yes, I'm super excited. So
Yeah, so we'll go back. So the 16th.
like I started this design fellowship. Yeah, so August 16th, I started this design fellowship. It's getting kind of like
Yeah, no, you're
so
fine. Keep
this
talking. Yeah, you're.
who are you calling?
I know. Yeah, you're fine.
So I'm at a studio. We've been around. This is our 6 year anniversary coming up. And we've had many students that have grown with us in design and perspective and vision. And this year, I launched a fellowship program that really pushed the designers to think outside of like fast fashion and shock value fashion and every trend and trying to go, the goal is to be viral and really like digging into yourself and your story and who you are in order to pull out this couture collection. And so it's called The Story of Self. And it's truly this raw blend of storytelling and couture design and fashion and ancestry and advocacy. And I'm just like, oh, I'm so proud of the pieces, the collections, the stories. Just, it's incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
And so, I I am so just elated for you and to see your arc again. Like I said, this growth and this transformation for you has just been absolutely just been incredible. And I just want to again remind everyone to please check her out. I've shared it on my page, but go straight to LaTerry's page so that you can see more about her fashion showcase. And then also get a ticket or two or three to come to the Brenda Williams show where you'll be able to see
Yes.
one of her fellows demonstrate their
Yes.
fashion.
I'm very
Yeah, so
excited to be able to
LaTerry,
share the stage with
yeah,
the winner. That's going to be an
yeah.
incredible experience. So all of the design fellows in this program, this is their very first collection that they've presented, and so it's a very exciting moment for them to just enter that level of vulnerability and
Mhm.
to really speak to the power of fashion for their lives and to be able to share the stage with the winner. I'm over the moon.
Yeah, me too. So please check out LaTerry on all social medias. You can look her up under LaTerry Ya'Seen. You can also go to my page. I've posted her. You can go under So Modest as well to check out the design studio and the upcoming showcase. And of course, you can go to brendawilliams.com and purchase your ticket, like I said, two or three, because the other part of this is that we're going to honor two community advocates. One is a long-term educator, the other is a parent advocate, where we're going to literally give them their flowers. And we're also going to invite
Oh,
you to bring in school supplies for a teacher who is teaching in Southwest. And as we know, many communities have been devastated by ICE raids, and this is one of them. And so we want to make sure that students, if they feel safe, no, if they cannot feel safe anywhere else, they feel safe in this classroom. And so what she is
yes.
asking for, like bean bags and books that are bilingual and bicultural and that center their identity and remind them of just how beautiful they are, the intelligence, and that they are worthy of a dignified life. So we're trying to do more than just a show. We're doing a groundswell of community and connection. And LaTerry, you are very much part of this. So
Thank
sis,
you.
thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Yes. So check us out.
It's
Grab a
incredible.
ticket or two or three. Yes. And please join LaTerry. It is going to be on August the 16th. Please get tickets. And then, of course, join us for the August 21st event, the Brenda Williams show at Bamboo Royal Oak. We are taping at 6 p.m. live in front of a studio audience. So thank you so much, LaTerry, for being here.
Thank you.
You're amazing. Thank you so much. And I'll talk to you soon, sis.
Awesome. Bye.
Okay. Bye.